And to your story, when I first connected with you, you access this also through the story of invoking early childhood disappointment and sort of dream shattering, as you described it. You, in your video, your sort of landing page video within the Diamond Within, there's an extraordinary graphic of a heart shattering on the floor, and it is quite sort of crystal in effect. So of course diamonds which don't shatter so easily. So I love the fact that you're almost going back to a sort of DNA factory default sort of carbon resetting that within all of us is innate goodness, and there is this diamond within, if I understand the construct correctly.
Yes, it's absolutely correct. And I will take you back in time when it's all begun. I was born at the former Soviet Union at the time of darkness, Cold War, and gray reality of life. As a child, I was exceptionally sensitive, seeking love and connection, but instead feeling lonely, misunderstood, and unsupported. Not because I didn't have loving parents, but because the way of life did not allow them to give enough life and love and time to me, as most of the parents during those days. So I felt that the only joy that I could ever find was with music. And as a small child, I would stand in front of the mirror for hours, moving my body under the magical sounds of music and being taken and transformed into a dreamland where one day I would become a prima ballerina. That was my deep soul dream. And obviously I approached my parents and mentioned them that my biggest dream is to become a ballerina and I would love to go and learn ballet. And instead, I was told absolutely not. This isn't a life for a nice Jewish girl, and just forget about it. You will never become a dancer, let alone a prima ballerina. And in that moment, something broke inside of me. Something virtually felt like dying. And short while afterwards, I was transported into the hospital with excruciating stomachache. At the time of Soviet Union, parents were not allowed to stay with children at the hospital. So I was all alone, hugging my little body that was in so much pain and felt completely lonely and completely like a piece of pebble that was covered in dirt, forgotten and buried. Because we didn't have at the time of Soviet Union any painkillers readily available, and it took 2 days for the doctors to diagnose my condition, coming back and saying that I have an inflammation of chronic inflammation of liver and gallbladder that was unheard of for the child of my age. And they had no readily available any remedies, but holistic treatment that was quite barbaric. And it's even hard to talk about it. I would end up in hospital maybe 5-7 times per year for as long as I remember myself. So that night in the hospital, I felt like I could not bear the pain anymore. And I felt my body was giving up and becoming ice cold. And in that moment, I've heard a whisper from within for the first time, telling me, don't be scared. You're not going to die. Everything will be fine. And in that moment, I felt the heat wave rising from within, bringing me back to life. I did not know whose voice was it. Did I made it up? But I felt such deep trust to the voice within that it helped me many times over during all the challenges of my life. It was my connection with my diamond within without me even knowing. But something within my being somehow recognized that voice within and trusted with its life.
And this voice has reoccurred, by reading between the lines, in your timeline of your life, so that it's something that's there as a, as you say, the diamond within, but it's an external entity to you. So you believe it's a religious intervention. What's your belief system around it?
No, first of all, I'm not religious. And being born in Soviet Union, meaning you know nothing about God, spirituality, or religious beliefs. You simply don't have or religious beliefs. You simply don't have them. You don't study them. They were not allowed. And people that practiced any kind of spirituality or religion would end up in prison. So we had no information, books, or anyone to talk to about it. It was, if I can describe it, it was not an outside voice. It was voice within me that felt like someone who knows me deeply.